everybody, it's the Savvy Gamer here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Undisputed's new career mode and character customization. I'm just going to kind of ramble about it, kind of talk about it as we go through it, as well as just chew some gum. Hopefully it'll bring some tingles for you guys. If you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always. I made a video, I think last week, just about the update. This is their last major update before the full release of the game, which is exciting. So starting off, really, it's cool to be able to pick your weight class and how it affects, basically when you're picking your weight class, it initially affects your height and weight and everything, and your body mass. So as you can see, kind of going through the different options and weight classes, you'll see how your fighter gets, taller and bigger. Now, you can, as you can see here, you can edit how tall you want your fighter to be. The same as your body mass, whether you want your fighter to be a little slimmer or a little bit heavier set, it'll affect your weight actually, overall, as well as you can pick your reach for your fighter. So for now, I thought it would be kind of fun just to kind of see what how much it actually changes, the difference at the look of your fighter. You can make them really, on the slim side, thin, or you can make them fairly heavy set. But even for early access, it's pretty impressive for how much they actually kind of put into it, just in the opening kind of details. Now initially I was going to I kind of wanted to try to find a cool nickname. They don't have a huge list so far, so I ended up going with Machine, just for now. And I was going to use my real name, but then I was like, no, let's use, and then I thought maybe just call him Savvy Gamer or something like that, just for this kind of series, because I do plan on making this just kind of into a little bit of an ASMR series, just kind of playing through Undisputed career mode. But I ended up choosing Tyler Nelson, as that is a name for a character that I use in pretty much every sports game that I play, like Madden, MLB The Show, NHL. I always have Tyler Nelson usually as my, either Tyler Nelson or Robert Marshall as my main character. But I did choose Charlottetown, just as the hometown, which is where I'm from in real life. Now, for your character, customization for their body and their head and everything, there's no presets. It's all a sculptor based on, size and ratios from 0 to 100, which I thought is super neat. It's different than a lot of games, because a lot of games, especially sports games, they have, presets. Some of them just preset faces that you really can't actually, edit. But then games like Madden and NHL in MLB, some of them have presets that you can still edit. Like, I believe in MLB The Show, you can pick your presets, but at the same time, you can still, like, kind of sculpt and mold them to where you want them to be, which I thought was really, really cool. But for a game like this to be in early access and still have, such a detailed character creator and customizer, very well done. I haven't really read a lot of reviews since the update dropped, but it sounds like it's got, and by the looks of it at least, I imagine it would have some pretty good reviews. I tried to make this version of Tyler similar to his other, what he would look like in some of the other games. A lot of the other games I just used presets, or like preset, like a preset nose and lips and mouth and eyes and all that kind of stuff. So I can't exactly remember what he kind of looked like, but I tried to make him as close to the other one as possible. In some games, he's got like shorter, like kind of like fade, like haircuts, and like more trimmed facial hair and like styled facial hair. Others he has a bigger beard and long hair. Like, I know when I play him in NHL, he's got like long flow and sometimes a bit of a trimmed beard. But in like NBA, he's got like the short fade with a trimmed beard. And then when I play him in MLB The Show, he's just got like super long flow and just like a big bushy kind of beard. So I tried to make him a little more trimmed looking and proper here. As you can see, we kind of went with that like faded kind of, I guess swooshy in this way kind of hair style. I gave him dark brown hair. I usually end up going with black, but I figured it'd just be nice to change it up a little bit. Now, I didn't go with like the full-on, like crazy ass full beard. I just kind of went with a somewhat kind of tame looking, like trimmed kind of beard. You'll notice he still looks kind of weird right now because he doesn't have eyebrows yet, but we're getting to that. I gave him green eyes though, just like he normally would. But like, it's pretty interesting because if you look at like the customization options for the eyes, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. But if you want to pause the video to look through some of the options, go ahead. They don't have a lot of options for hairstyles, facial hairstyles, or eyebrows yet. But I definitely have a feeling they'll probably release more as the game moves into like full access. Same for like the gloves and shorts and boots and stuff like that. There's not like a whole lot to pick from yet, but that's fine. Still in early access. Now he's starting to look a little bit more like the Tyler Nelson that I usually make. But like for the customization for like the nose, you can literally go from the width of the bridge of the nose and the depth, and if there's a curve or anything like that. Same as the ears, like the width, how big they are, how close they sit to like the head, that kind of stuff. Which I thought was really, really cool. The other thing, I hope you can still hear some of the music in the background from the game. So I'm hoping I don't get anything with like a That's why I'm kind of whispering over this one and rambling. So it kind of covers it up a little bit. So hopefully I won't get such, I won't get like a copyright hit or anything. Because I'm not sure if all this music is like super copyright heavy and that kind of stuff. But yeah, like you can pick, like obviously like your skin tone and stuff like that. I tried to make them a little more of like a darker Caucasian kind of complexion. You can choose like your tone for certain areas of your body. Like I gave him fairly, he's pretty ripped in the chest and his abs. Same as his arms. He's pretty physically fit, which is not necessarily a good or a bad thing whether you're a boxer. Like if you look at Tyson Fury, he's not the most, shredded person in the world. Same as like if you look into some of the older era of boxing in like the 60s and 70s, like even if you look at Muhammad Ali, he wasn't the most toned, like super ripped fighter. Same as if you look at Sonny Liston, who Muhammad Ali fought and won the heavyweight championship of the world on February 25th in 1964. It's not, it wasn't a huge deal back then if you weren't super shredded or muscular or like fit, kind of like this. But I figured it, because it's more of a modern day, like, we're fighting in today's boxing events, it'd be nice to keep them nice and fit, especially for being up in, like light heavyweight, cruiserweight. The tattoos, I'll be honest, there's some that are pretty cool, but at the same time, there are some that are a little cheesy and kind of tacky, but I'm sure they'll add more as the game develops and as they work on the game even more. So for now I tried to pick ones that were a little more on the, I guess, normal side, or just something that kind of looks a little less I guess unrealistic, because I'm making a fighter to make him look realistic. I'm not trying to make like a like a troll looking kind of fighter, or some stupid like I don't even know. Just I'm wanting to make him look pretty realistic if I can. So that's why I kind of picked a couple of tattoos that looked fairly cool, I think, and that look like something that a fighter might actually have. Like I thought this one was kind of cool for his back, and the fact that you can change some of the colors is pretty neat. Not that I didn't like the purple dragons on the sword, but I also thought it'd be cool to change it to like red and blue, because when we go to edit his shorts, he's gonna have gray, like the base kind of gray for the shorts, but then he's gonna have blue and red accents to the shorts. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of keep with that theme. Some pretty cool styles to pick from. Some of them are pretty crazy, but I think it's even neat that you can customize the type of band that your fighter has on their shorts. Like that's pretty in-depth stuff. Like I don't think that was something that you could do in Fight Night. Like as you can see here, you can change some of the different aspects. Like the shorts themselves are going to be gray with like the red stripe, and then they're going to have like the blue band and trim at the very bottom. I thought that blue looked a little bit too bright, so I ended up trying to darken it up a bit and make it a little bit closer to more of a royal blue, kind of closer to a navy. Just because I thought those colors looked a little bit better. That one color looked a little bit too much like turquoise kind of deal. It's kind of neat that you can pick also some of the like the branding for your gloves. I ended up going with the Cleto Reyes. I wanted to see, like I was hoping there would be a couple more different brands, like, you know, Everlast or Grant, or a couple different ones like that. It was either going to be Rival or Cleto Reyes that I was going to pick, but for now we're going with the Cleto Reyes. Just some standard black gloves with some like gray trim on the inside, gray and white trim on the inside. I was trying to decide between white gloves or black gloves, but I decided to go black. I just have this thing for black boxing gloves, and they look cool and kind of classic instead of the bright red all the time. I also have a thing for high top boxing boots. I was boxing for a short period of time, so I bought some of my own gear. Like I have a set of purple and green Everlast gloves, and I do have I think they're gray or black. The Everlast gloves are 14 ounces, I think, and then my black gloves are 10 ounces. And then I bought a pair of black high-top boxing boots. They were pretty damn comfortable, even though they don't really have, like, you know, there's not, like, your foot is almost on the ground, like you can feel the ground really well. They were so light and they were so comfortable. I love them. So I tried to do boots that kind of like mirrored his shorts, but like the amount of detail right now to go between, like, yes, you can pick between like a right-handed or a left-handed fighter, like orthodox or southpaw, but to see so many different styles, like some of them are not fighter unique, like traditional A and B. Like one of them, hands are down a little more. Traditional B, the hands kind of come up and bob a little more. And then you've got like your traditional, like Philly shell, your hands down. I've never really seen anyone fight like that. That's at least a decent fighter that just sits with their hands down to thread and then throw punches. Kind of weird to me. Then this one's kind of like your peekaboo. Kind of reminds me of like a Mike Tyson kind of deal. Where, you know, he'd have his hands up a lot, kind of like rush in on you, swarm you, and then start throwing his punches, but keep his hands up when he's not. Excuse me. Then you've got like your slugger. That's just like big power punches, and the hands like are super quick. I ended up going with traditional B, just because it was the most similar, and it's the most similar to my my fighting style. Or that, you know, you could pick like a fighter's preset like unique stance and style. Now we're looking at like your fighting style, like your type of fighter. If you want to read a little bit more about them, I try to stay on them for a few seconds so you can read them. But if you want to read them through a little bit more, feel free to pause the video to be able to read through some of the differences between like a swarmer. So a swarmer, you've got like Rocky Marciano and like Mike Tyson. They would swarm you and just try to like throw and throw. Then you've got your slugger like Deontay Wilder. That's just throwing big power punches, just bombs. Your outboxers, you're like Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. They're trying to fight you from the outside. And just try to outbox you. Just try to, like strategy-wise, outfight you, outbox you. And then I picked, or there's another one, boxer puncher. Kind of your more well-rounded fighters, kind of like Canelo. I ended up going with slugger. Just because I wanted to see what it was like, number one. And number two, it's kind of the way that I wasn't really consider myself like a slugger. But I could throw some pretty powerful body shots and hooks. So I'm trying to make Tyler Nelson's fighting style a little bit similar to my own. Going through all your different attributes. There's a ton of them to pick from. From your health to your health regeneration, to your recovery in between rounds, to your head health and your body health, your stamina recovery, your punch speed, accuracy, your movement, your agility, your essentially like some of your courage and like your heart to stay in the fight, and like your blocking ability and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. I feel like there's a lot more stats here to pick from than there was in Fight Night. So, within the first, 20 minutes or so of this update, just in the character creator alone, I'm definitely giving a big round of applause and mad props to the development team of Undisputed. So we're pretty much done making Tyler now. So now we're gonna move into it's kind of like, so initially you're gonna pick your coach or your manager. So like I mentioned in the last video about the update, you get to pick like your coach, your cut man, your manager, your entire team. Right now you only get to pick your coach, just because you're entering like it's kind of like an amateur tournament, just to see how you're doing and see how you fight, and then what your skills are like, so your coach can kind of gauge. I ended up picking Janet Bridger. Just fit when you look at some of the stats and like the ratings and stuff. They fit my what I kind of wanted a little bit more. So yeah, they're just kind of talking about the amateur tournament. You will notice with this tournament that even though it's amateur, there's no headgear, just gloves, which is fine. they do add in something like headgear later, that'd be cool. But yeah, here you can see the stats and attributes and stuff for Tyler. We're fighting Delgado for our first fight. First amateur fight. Which is exciting. Now we get to see Tyler in action in his first fight. First amateur fight at this level, I guess. You'll notice right away that it's not going to be like any of the previous videos where, you know, punch speed is quick and movement and head movement and stuff is really good. We're starting off as an amateur and our stats are still very, very low. So, don't expect big lightning fast punches or big flurries and volleys right away. We can only get about maybe 3, 4, 5 punches off before we need to either cover up or kind of back out. I tried to kind of fight in a style that I know that I like to use, where it's not just, you know, sit in the pocket and get hit and try to hit them and wear them out. Throw a few punches, try to move around a bit, use some head movement. If you need to, back out, you know, reset, move back in. It's only 3 rounds, and essentially you're fighting to win. However you win, is how you move on to the next round. So, let's get into it. Round 1. Ding, ding, ding. So we're coming right out. Try to throw a couple quick jabs. You know, 1-2 combo. Our punch accuracy isn't great. Like I said, all these stats are going to be fairly low for now. So you only see a couple of small volleys. But I'm going to move out and then move back in. Took a big shot right there. Just kind of getting used to the controls. With not being super, you know, mobile and quick punches and everything. Trying to land a few. Covering up when I can. One of my big shots that I usually try to throw is a really nice, powerful, straight right hand. But this guy seems to want to cover his face up a lot, so I start throwing some body shots to try to drop his hands on him. Throw a shot to the body, see if I can throw like a nice big left hook to the body, or sometimes even a 1-2, like a left hook, right hook, and then see if I can throw a 1-2 up top, or maybe a left hook to follow to the head. I do take a few shots while trying to do this. But yeah, like that big right hand that lands. It's a good, powerful shot. The first round is definitely just kind of feeling out how he moves and how he fights. Like I do kind of stand in the pocket there to throw a few. And then I had never actually had anyone clinch me before. So I started just mashing the controller to try and get out of it because it was draining my stamina. Because I am someone who hates to clinch. Fun fact, I hate clinching. I never do it. And I took a couple big shots there before the round ended. We didn't take too much damage. Used a little bit of stamina, but because it's only 3 rounds, we can burn a little bit more each round. But you'll see he kind of ducks under right away and kind of goes on the attack, throwing some jabs and straights and a big couple hooks. Then I start trying to, you know, mix him up a little bit. Throw a big shot to the body, try to open him up, get him to drop his hands. He keeps kind of doing this little, you know, duck step in. but for the most part, I was starting to land a couple good punches. He tried to clinch again, but I was like not having any of it. So he backs off. So I'm going to charge in and try to take the fight to him. I miss with a big right hand. But that's fine. We're able to, we take a couple punches on the chin there. But now the ring goes with him. I just want to see if I can hammer him a little bit. See if I can throw a couple of big combos here, or a nice, real strong punch, and rock him a little bit. Big left hook to the body, followed by a big right hook to the head, kind of sets him up. And when he's throwing body punches, I try to beat him with a punch and get him in the head, just because he's leaving himself open. As you'll see, I like going to that kind of like 1-2, where it's like the big left hook to the body, the big right hook to the head. Or sometimes it'll be the left hook to the body. But as you see there, it works. That big hook combo really worked. We drop him there with a big punch to the body, and then we kind of catch him in the neck. And it drops him to a knee. And he gets saved by the bell. But so far, through 2 rounds, I feel like we've done well. I feel like round 1 was fairly even. But I think we took round 2 fairly unanimously. Now going into round 3, I wanted to drop this guy. I wanted to knock him out so bad. So we were going for some big body shots. And then you see we sneak that big right hand right through his gloves. And we put him on his back. But he manages to get up at 9. So now I'm out for blood. And I'm just going to rush him. I want to put him on his back or put him on his face. I want to end this fight. So we're going to charge right at him. And we're just going to go to town. We're going to throw big power shots. And we rock him again. We sneak that big right hand in again. And this time, big hook puts him to his knee. As you can see, his foot is kind of sticking through his boot, which is something that I think will come with time and development. But we've knocked him down 3 times this fight. We still have 1:15 left. So I'm just trying to put him to the ground. With the final minute, he throws a couple of good shots, trying to make up some points, trying to show the judges he's still in the fight. But at this point, we're just landing a couple of big shots. We're hitting his hands a lot. But then when I start going to the body, he doesn't defend his body very well. As you can see, he only starts covering his body up later in the fight. We're taking a few big shots. Our head health is getting down there. But there's only 10 seconds left, so as long as we can outlast in this last 10 seconds, we're pretty sure we won this fight. And now the fight's over, and apparently he throws a punch after the bell, but it does get penalized. Something else that needs to be worked on is the AI throwing punches after the bell. But, as you can see, Tyler Nelson is our winner, and he takes his first victory in amateur boxing. So we won the fight unanimously there. But that is all for the first video. I hate to cut it off so abruptly, but there's not a whole lot to see until the next fight in the amateur tournament. So thank you all for tuning in. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we will see you in the next video. Tingo on.